I'm going to be making some echinacea tincture. I picked just a few. Now I'm going to go ahead and prepare my echinacea for the tincture. So I have some fresh echinacea flowers, the leaves, the tender stems, and then some young flower buds. I'm basically just going to chop them up. Anytime I have made echinacea tincture using the fresh herbs before, I usually just put them in my Ninja blender with a little bit of vodka and, blend them, like puree them until it's like this, fine pesto type sludge. Because the more surface area you have, the more potent your tincture should be, because it'll extract even more of the constituents out, or at least extract it out faster. And I've always had good success with that, but I'm not going to do that today because I have a headache and I really don't want to hear my blender. So we're just gonna coarsely chop this up. It'll be fine. Now that we got the fresh echinacea plant all chopped up, we're going to add some dried echinacea plant to it. So normally I will either make all fresh plant echinacea tincture or all dried plant echinacea tincture, but I'm going to combine the two today. The reason that I have some of this that's dried is because I harvested it a few days ago and then I twisted my ankle, so I had to be off of my feet for a few days, and therefore I was not able to go out and pick any more echinacea to add to this, or even process this that is now dried. So we're going to combine it. And again, we're just going to coarsely chop it up just like we did the fresh. I was really hoping this would all fit into the pint jar because I don't want any headspace between the alcohol and the lid. I would really prefer the alcohol to be all the way up to the lid. But after packing in the fresh echinacea and the dried echinacea, there wouldn't be much room for it to move around. So we're going to go ahead and put this in a quart jar. Let's go ahead and add our alcohol to our echinacea plant. If you're making all fresh echinacea plant, they would recommend that you would use the 190 proof for the 95% alcohol. I've done that, but then I've also done straight 80 proof or 40% alcohol. It's fine. There is this theory, although it has not been fully supported yet, but there's this theory that if you put all fresh plant matter into alcohol, that the moisture content of the plant will dilute the alcohol, causing it to be less alcoholic, and more watery. And that makes sense, but I have not found it, if that's even true, I have not found it to be enough to spoil my tinctures. You should have at least 25% alcohol by volume in order to preserve your tincture long term. But if it goes bad, you should know it. It'll be moldy or it'll smell off. Here's the echinacea tincture 24 hours later. Here's the inside. You can see the pink and purple petals, they are now white. So again, this is 24 hours later. You just want to shake this each day for a couple weeks, making sure that all of the plant matter is submerged under the vodka, and keep it stored out of direct sunlight. I like to give my tinctures about 8 weeks before I call them good, but usually in a couple weeks they're starting to be usable, but I just like to go 8 weeks. And whenever they are done, you can strain it off and squeeze out the plant matter if you want, or you can just leave the plant matter in there. And in case I did not mention it earlier, I just quickly made this using the Folk method, which is where you don't measure anything. Normally I'm more mathematical. I always weigh things out so I can better get an exact dosage, like how many milligrams the plant is in a dose. But it's not necessary really. The Folk method still works. I mean, that's what they did in the old days originally anyhow. Again, even though in this video I'm showing you fresh echinacea plant material, making any kind of tincture with any herb that you really want, always know if the herb is safe to take internally, for example, but making tinctures is just pretty much as straightforward as this if you want to get it down to the very basic, simplest way of making one. And making your own over-the-counter medicine, that is just one way to save money.